Are you a dropshipper or you're fulfilling from China or elsewhere and you sell to the UK and you're stressing about how the new UK VAT changes affect dropshipping in 2021? Hi everyone, this is Dayu from EcommOps. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that I'm sure is on a lot of folks' minds is how do the new VAT changes in the UK after Brexit affect dropshipping? Now this is going to be a long one and complicated one and it's kind of a lecture, but I think it's really important for you to understand how this all works. Now I'm not an accountant, I'm not a tax or legal expert. However, this is all information that we found from tons of research, talking to accountants, and this is our best understanding of the situation. But if you want to be completely sure, we definitely advise you talk to a tax expert or an accountant who specialize in UK VAT. All right, so today we're going to talk about a couple of things. First is what changed in UK VAT policy. We're going to talk about who collects and accounts for VAT, how that all works. And how does that affect you? How do direct sellers, and therefore probably you, account for VAT? And then we'll end up with some frequently asked questions. All right, so this slide is kind of a complicated one. So what is VAT and how it's collected? So a VAT is a value-added tax system. It's indirect taxation on goods and services to the final consumer along the supply chain. Now, the part on the right is very important. This is how it kind of really differs from something like a sales tax, is that everywhere down the chain, there might be VAT collected. However, at each step, you can technically recover or reclaim the VAT that has been paid before. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but pause at this slide if you guys want to really understand this. And this part, especially the part about, call it reclaiming, really matters later on. All right, so now let's talk about what has actually changed in UK VAT policy. So there are two major changes in the VAT policy for the UK starting in January of 2021. So it's changed already. Now VAT is collected at the point of sales versus at point of import. Previously, if you're a dropshipper, if you were buying from AliExpress or if you were using a dropshipping agent, those goods shipped into the UK, the VAT is considered at the point of import. Now, usually speaking, it's usually your dropshipping supplier or seller who manage this process for you. So this is now shifted towards what's called the point of sales. So usually, at least in our process, we, an agent or dropshipping supplier, will work with you and Express and kind of figure out a solution for you so that your customer will not have to pay VAT. However, now the change is that in the UK, at least, VAT is supposed to be collected where it's actually sold, and that's from your store. Now, why did they do this? Well, if you're a dropshipper, you probably already know that you can avoid a lot of things like VAT, taxes, customs when you're dropshipping from China into another country. And the UK, they kind of realized that people were doing this. They were losing, billions in terms of VAT collection. So that's a big part of the reason why they closed this loophole. This is the second change in the VAT policy, and this is very important. So previously, there was a relief for goods in a package that were worth under 15 British pounds. So before January of 2021, anything that was under 15 British pounds was VAT free. So as I said before, previously, what agents or suppliers and what you guys did to avoid any kind of VAT payment by your customers or getting it stuck in customs was that you had your supplier or your supplier purposely declared the value to be under 15 British pounds. And honestly, if you're thinking about most dropshipping products out there, the actual product cost, excluding the shipping, is going to be under 15 pounds. So this was totally a way to get through this VAT process, and it was a loophole that really was a beneficial thing before, but now unfortunately this is closed. And again, this is the reason why the UK VAT office closes loopholes so they can collect on these packages as well. Now, so don't just take my word for it. I'm going to not talk through this in detail. If you want to read through the exact wording, so this is actually from the UK VAT website, and I'll link to it below. So if you want to read through it, pause here and read through the details so you don't have to take my word for it. All right, so how does this all work now? Who collects and accounts for the VAT? So as a reminder, now this is collected on the point of sales, where the sale is actually made. So this VAT works depending on how you actually sell. So if you are using Amazon or eBay to sell, or like an AliExpress seller selling directly to a customer, these platforms are supposed to collect VAT and use their own VAT number because these are actually at the point of sales and they're legally bound to. Now, there's also direct sellers, so which is probably you guys watching this. You're using Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, whatever, and you are supposed to use your own VAT number and therefore collect and reimburse VAT to the government. And again, if you want to read the fine print yourself, you can pause here and read it here, and I'll link some details below as well. Now, one interesting result of this that has implications for dropshippers is that dropshipping platform, which the most obvious one is AliExpress, but technically speaking, something like CJ or like Spocket, like anything that has a catalog of goods that you directly buy from and use that in the traditional dropshipping way, they're technically a point of sales as well. So they're technically supposed to charge you VAT as well and pay the UK government. Now, what does this mean? That means that if you use these platforms, they're supposed to charge you VAT and you're supposed to charge VAT, and they're supposed to pay VAT on their price and you're supposed to pay VAT on your price. Now, here's an example. So on the left, we have Source and Box. They actually put out an announcement that they're a point of sales so that they are required to charge VAT to their clients or their dropshipping users, whatever you call them, on their prices when sending to the UK. And on the right, you have an example of AliExpress. AliExpress, now, if you ship to the UK, you're going to be charged VAT. Now, I want to emphasize though that just because you already paid VAT to AliExpress or whoever, this does not mean that you're not responsible for it anymore. Because again, they were a point of sales to you, and you are a point of sales to your customer. Now, that being said, this double VAT isn't quite as bad as it sounds. As part of the process, remember that complicated slide that I showed you guys right at first, how VAT works, is that you can technically recover or reclaim the part of the VAT that you already paid to your supplier. So we'll use this as an example. So say that you have a product that you purchase from AliExpress in the drop shipping method and you sell it to a customer for $30 retail. Well, it says dollars, but it should be British pounds, so excuse me there. But the price from AliExpress is 10 British pounds and 20% VAT. So technically, you actually supposed to pay AliExpress 12 pounds, the 10 pounds plus the 20% to British pound VAT. And then when you charge your customers, you're supposed to charge 6 British pounds, which is 20% of 30 British pounds. So you receive 36 British pounds. That's not your money though. You're supposed to then pay that 6 British pounds to the UK VAT office. Now, but that's weird, right? Because you already paid the 2 British pounds of VAT to AliExpress already. So technically speaking, you paid 8 British pounds of VAT. Now, the UK VAT office, I mean, they know that there is this problem. They just want to collect that £6 VAT, so 20% of the final selling price of 30 British pounds, which means that there is actually a process that you can actually recover or reclaim that £2 VAT that you paid AliExpress, which means that you pay only 4 British pounds to the UK government, and they already received 2 British pounds, or they supposed to have received 2 British pounds from your supplier, so net, they still get 6 British pounds. Think about this though, this is not you just paying 4 British pounds in VAT. You already paid AliExpress 2 British pounds in VAT, so net, you still pay 6 British pounds. Now, even though at the end of the day you can reclaim it, this is really not ideal because you think about it, by paying your supplier or seller the VAT first, you are already taking a 20% cash flow hit on your product cost upfront. And obviously in dropshipping, cash flow is everything. So that is a big deal. That's cash flow you can't spend in marketing or something else. And it becomes a really big pain as well because, well, first of all, you have to go through the recovery process in the first place. Now, it doesn't mean that necessarily you pay first and you get a refund. Sometimes you might have to do that. However, when your VAT is due, you can say, okay, I paid this VAT amount to my supplier and therefore I can pay the VAT office less than I would have. However, you have to save all of your invoices to prove that you already paid that VAT, and you have to save it all for 6 years. Because on the other end, if you don't pay the VAT first, is that you don't need to take the first cash flow hit, and that's very important. You vastly reduce your complexity of VAT accounting, and your net VAT burden is exactly the same. If you don't understand that, go back to the previous slide and really work through the math. At the end of the day, it's exactly the same. Now, there's a lot of suppliers out there that seem to imply or claim that if you pay them the 20% VAT, then you don't have to be responsible for it anymore. That's just simply not true. I mean, I have no idea how that makes sense. Again, the VAT is collected at point of sales, and that's going to be you. I honestly think that some suppliers out there, because they have to pay for VAT, they tell a little bit of white lie to say that, oh, because we pay for it, then you don't have to worry about it. That is simply not true. Now, what if you work with a fulfillment agent like us, like EcommOps, or some private suppliers, private agent, or a fulfillment company in China, for example? This is where it's a little bit more gray, but this is our thought. And again, this is our current thought on it based on the understanding, is that we are neither a online marketplace, that's what OMP stands for, nor a direct seller. We act as your supply chain. We just are responsible for, or at least in our model, is that our clients pay us up front, carry a balance with us, we provide the product sourcing, we provide the supply chain services, and then you are the point of sales. Our clients are the point of sales, and therefore, we don't have to charge VAT on our clients, and our clients do not get double hit with VAT. Now, so you want to be very careful here with what your relationship is with your supplier. This is where you want to be careful to make sure you structure it so that it's not a traditional drop shipping model where you literally buy goods one by one, because that puts you into the point of sales category. You want to try to work with your agent to figure out how they can provide a service for you, they act for fulfillment for you, but they're not necessarily a point of sales for what you are actually doing. Now, you might ask, how does this really work? I mean, why is it that a fulfillment agent doesn't really have to pay for VAT? Well, this is why, or this is at least our understanding of it, is that when you are a drop shipper and you use us for supply chain services, you use us to ship to UK customers. Now, the VAT was supposed to be collected by you from UK customers. However, the UK customers don't know we exist. They don't buy from us. It's really you, the client, that pays for our services, and we just send it to you to the UK. Whereas something like AliExpress, for example, I mean, the thing is, I mean, that's kind of where the dropshipping model makes this hard, is that they are shipping to customers, but the thing is, like, you're literally ordering one order at a time. So it's very difficult for you or for them to claim, oh, this is dropshipping. But the thing is, like, someone paid for this specific order to be shipped to a UK customer, so that is already a point of sales for that customer. Now, this is our current understanding right now. We believe this is the case. However, this is something that we're still finalizing and figuring out how to best make sure that our clients to the UK do not get hit by double VAT. Now, again, this only really works if your relationship with your agent is not the traditional dropshipping model. Make sure that you figure out with your agent how you can avoid that. Hold inventory with the agent, carry a balance, see your agent as a supply chain partner so that the point of sales VAT is only charged once. All right, so now let's talk about how direct seller, which is you, actually account for VAT and how that actually works in practice. Now, so this is something that uh, you guys might not want to hear, but you're supposed to pay VAT to the UK office, VAT office, whether you collect from your customers or not. You might charge your customers retail price plus the VAT, and then you're supposed to mark 20% VAT on the invoice and pay that to the UK VAT office. On the right is VAT is just included in your retail price, as in you don't charge VAT at all. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to still pay that 20% VAT to the VAT office. Now, here is something that's interesting and probably puts you in a little bit of a conundrum is that VAT is calculated on the price without fees and shipping. And this fundamentally might affect how you think about this concept of free shipping, which I know everyone does for higher conversions. So, assume a product that you usually charge $30 or £30 as total retail price. If you charge £10 shipping, then technically speaking, according to the VAT office, your retail price is £20 plus £10 shipping. And therefore, the VAT you're responsible for is 20% of 30 minus 10, which is 20% of 20, which is 4 British pounds. If you offer free shipping, then your price is just £30. I mean, there's no shipping anywhere, and the VAT you're responsible for is 20% times 30 British pounds equals 6 British pounds. Now, this is something that you gotta think really careful because technically speaking, the VAT calculation is based on your customer's invoice or your customer's receipt. So you have to literally say that they paid for shipping in order to deduct the shipping from the VAT price. Now, obviously, this means that you got a little bit of a hard choice to make. Obviously, everyone wants to just bake in the shipping price into their cost so that, or into their price so that they can boost up conversions. But now, if you include shipping, free shipping, then you actually have to be responsible for more VAT. Tough situation. It's not something I can recommend either way, and maybe it's something that you just want to test out and see what the net benefit or negatives are in terms of VAT paid versus lower conversions from adding shipping. Now, you probably have a question about how this actually works in terms of how do you collect VAT. This is something that it just depends on your platform. I'm not too familiar with the actual setup of Shopify or BigCommerce, but I think that they have ways already that you can actually charge taxes or VAT based on the location. I'm pretty sure of that actually. So you can just set VAT just for UK, and if you want, you can set free shipping or no free shipping just for the UK, depending on how you want to deal with the VAT. And again, if you want to read the fine print yourself, here it is. Pause here and read about it yourself. The part about being able to deduct your shipping. Now note though, VAT requires proof of invoices. So if you don't have proof of the shipping that was not charged to your customer, then technically speaking, you're not supposed to deduct that shipping cost from your VAT price. All right, now onto, I guess, the fun stuff. How do you actually pay the UK VAT tax online? So you register online, and then every 3 months, so end of the quarter, you're supposed to submit the VAT form return to the HMRC every 3 months online in your account. And again, you have to keep all records, including VAT invoices that you send your customers and also any VAT deductions that you want to claim from your seller or supplier as well for at least 6 years from the date that any goods are sold. Now, I want to make a very important point here is that remember, what you can get away with is different than what is legal. This is one of my favorite quotes from Benjamin Franklin on taxes. In this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. The VAT is a tax. There was a loophole before, and now the UK is closing that, they have closed that loophole already. That being said, I realize that a lot of dropshippers out there, may not be super strict with how they view with taxes before a state sales taxes and things like that. However, again, I really advise you to think about this. All right, so for our clients, what is our plan? So we do ask that our clients, as soon as possible, if you sell to the UK or you plan to sell to the UK, apply for a UK VAT number. It's very easy, it's free, it's relatively quick. Our clients are then responsible for registering and paying for the VAT. Now, again, I repeat myself, this doesn't mean that we're shifting the burden onto our clients, onto you. All this means is that we're avoiding double VAT collections. This means that we don't have to collect VAT from you. And then with that VAT number, if needed, we can use that number for packages to clear customs. Now, according to when we talk to Union Express and actually even ePacket, is that packages are going through with no problem without a VAT number. Now, although they're not responsible if something happens, and we can't be responsible if something happens in the future, but we'll try to work with you to figure something out. Now, what we're trying to do is to make sure that our client agreements and our invoices will make it so that we don't require to charge you VAT, so that you don't get put in the double VAT situation. However, we can't guarantee this to be the case. However, we're trying our best. But regardless, get your VAT number and provide it to us so we can use that VAT number in case there is something wrong at customs for some of your packages. All right, so going into some frequently asked questions about this. This is the one I seem to get the most. Who does the new changes affect? Everyone, like literally everyone. If you are dropshipping, if you are fulfilling, these new changes apply. You have to pay VAT at point of sales. Now, the thing is, I mean, what some people don't seem to realize is that VAT is a thing in Europe. VAT is a thing in the UK. If you are just selling goods that are based in the UK, like you have to charge VAT anyway. So this doesn't mean that somehow like, oh, now your business is screwed and that you have to pay 20% and no one else does. No, everyone has to pay 20% now, including all the people that paid the 20% and had to collect it from the customers before. So all this really does, it might even the playing field a little bit, but honestly, like it's a tax. It is what it is, unfortunately. Can orders be fulfilled without a VAT number? So this is something that we get asked all the time. So yes, it hasn't been an issue at all so far. We've had thousands of packages go through, no problem at all. And we don't think that this is going to be a problem because this is not collected at import, it's collected at point of sales. However, our clients, any dropshipper out there, you should apply for a VAT number just in case something happens and your seller or your agent needs your VAT number to clear the customs through this process. And what about goods sold on or before December 2020? A lot of people ask about this. Oh, shoot, I have goods on the way. What's going to happen? So don't worry about it. If you receive payment before January 1st, 2021, the new change would not apply. So anything you sold before that date, no changes apply. Even if delivery is after January, or if you use a slow method, it's going to be February, whatever it might be. So again, this is also an indication that the VAT issue right now, the responsibility is not at import, it's not at customs, but it's at point of sales. All right, everyone. Well, that was a little bit of a lecture, but I think some things require a bit of a lecture to really get these points through. Now, I know it's a little bit of a complicated subject. If you guys don't understand it, I really advise you to go through the links below and go through some of the slides, go back, pause in some places, and just really try to understand it. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer as much as possible. So put comments below, any questions about this, how it affects you, and I'll try to answer as much as possible. But yeah, if you're looking to get more useful information about e-commerce in general, logistics, and if there's any updates to VAT, please subscribe to our channel. If you like this video, please like it. And if you're looking for a fulfillment agent, please check it out. It's at EcommOps.com. I'll link to it below, and we're happy to talk to you. All right, guys, until next time, this is Dayu. See you later.